This is going to be a little bit of a weird video, but I'm going to tell a story. I'm going to tell a story about a dream that I had. And the reason that the guitars that you see in front of you are there, I had a dream about, and I don't even know how to even describe it. It was like I was watching a movie, a full length movie. And I described it as, well, it was told to me as this is the last rock opera. And I swear to God that this, I don't know shit about music. I know what I like and I know what I love and I know what I like to listen to. But as far as music theory, I was totally clueless, which inspired me to start to learn, because I heard one of the most amazing solos that I had ever heard. And I don't even know how to describe it. But anyway, I don't know if you do the same thing that I do. You have this dream and it really impacts you and you wake up, and the more you try to remember it, the more it fades away. And that's what happened to me. And in this dream, I was left. I could literally outline the whole thing. And I do. I have it. I have the whole outline. And I'll get to that in a minute, but there was just a solo that was going on in this dream that totally blew me away. And I'm going to say it right now. I believe it was Prince, because it sounded so Prince-like. And so I was telling, just a few people about this thing, because it was just so amazing. And it was like from beginning to end, this whole dream, it lasted all night. I watched this thing unfold. And there were characters in it. And it was almost in the, I don't even know how to explain it or describe it, as kind of like a Tommy 2112 type of thing that was going on. And like I said, it was called The Last Rock Opera. And which makes me think that somebody like Keith Moon, Neil Peart were involved in, and of course Prince, as I said, involved in throwing this at me. I can't explain it, but I'm going to go through the outline of this whole project, and it inspired me to learn how to play guitar, because I need to try to get this back out to the public. I know everybody's thinking I'm crazy, and that's fine. I don't care. But if I could put all of this together, I'm just like an average, everyday motherfucker. I don't know shit about music other than what I like to listen to and what I hear. But this was very intricate. And as I said, the whole storyline, I have it down. And the first act, number 1, is called Strike Up the Band. And it's broken down into 4, maybe 5, I guess, acts within that. And Strike Up the Band includes a song from the singer-songwriter who is trying to build a band. So he has his song, and then he's doing auditions. And then you have, and this is where the this is where that solo came in. So each person that is auditioning for the band brings their own song. So you have, the basses, the drummers, and the guitarist or another guitarist, and even the keyboards. So there's like, at least 4 songs, maybe five songs just right there. And you could put a whole side of an album, with what they presented. And then it goes into Hit the Road Jack is the second act. And within that, you've got the band writing their songs. They're going to gigs. They're singing about their travels. And it's just goes on about all the work that the band is putting into presenting themselves, and which then leads to what I don't understand this one, but Act 3 is Born Sucker. It's where the band realizes they're working hard for nothing. And there's an A&R, which, if you're not familiar, the A&Rs are supposed to be the feeler tentacles of the labels. They go out and they look for these bands, and they're looking for somebody to sign. So there's a song about that. And then, of course, B is Fit the Jacket. If you're a Brady Bunch fan, you know where we're at. The Johnny Bravo. You fit the jacket. It doesn't matter what you're doing, as long as you fit the jacket. We've created your image. You must adjust to ours. And then getting signed. So the band now, I guess, is considered successful because they've gotten signed. They're getting money. And then Act 4, this comes out of 1984, obviously, the Versificator. And if you're familiar with 1984, the Versificator is a machine that mechanically produces music. It's AI, basically. It's AI. And the band is expected to just play along. Do what you're told. Wear the jacket. And this act is broken down to a loss of creativity. And this is where I'm thinking, whatever dream I'm having and whatever I'm watching, this is definitely Neil Peart and Prince coming in. This was, the whole purpose behind 2112. But anyway, the loss of creativity, mass production. And it's crazy because this part, I distinctly remember Keith Moon being in the scene. And he's playing like an Uncle Ernie type, and he is there are computer cards being handed to him, and he's pushing them in. He's wearing a lab coat, and he's pushing them into a machine, and on the other side is like a laundry basket that is spitting out. The other side of the machine is spitting out albums, saran wrapped albums, just piling them up as he's taking these computer cards and shoving them in the machine, and out they come, spit out for the masses. And it's like, man, this is just amazing. So, and then it goes into the follow the trend. And that's basically the message of this part of the opera. And then it goes into Monkeys from Heaven. And this is where I start to suspect, a little Mike Nesmith, uh, a little Mike Nesmith, and maybe Peter and Davy. They went through this. They wanted more creative control, and it's kind of the same thing that we're seeing in the music industry. It's just, spit it out, make it for the masses. But Monkeys from Heaven, the three acts within that act. I guess if you knew, I don't know how to break it down, but it would be Sold is what it was called, and Dance. Again, you sold your soul. Now you dance and smile for the camera. Again, everything just brought right back down to a boardroom. And I do have lyrics. There are parts of this dream that come in and out, and I can pick it up and I write them down, and I put them in my drawer. And like I said, I have the whole outline of this thing, and I don't know what to do. So I'm trying to remember all of the music that I watched in this dream so I can reproduce it. It's going to take forever. I've only been playing a guitar for a month, and it's well beyond me. I wish I knew how to, write music, and I could maybe get a hold of somebody who could do this, who could undertake this project if I knew how to translate it into music. But I'm just putting this out because I don't want it to die. I don't want it to go away. I want somebody who knows what they're doing to pick this up, because this is obviously important. And then the last act, number 6, was Chip on Your Old Block. And it was just called The End. And this is how it ended. It's so weird. And this is where I get Neil Peart influence in it, in this ending, is that there is a kid in this apocalyptic scenery, and he's exploring old houses, and he finds a guitar. He finds a guitar in a closet, and it ends just like this. If you know 2112, then you'll know Discovery. And this kid, I can see it on the stage. This kid is there. There's a spotlight on him now, and everything else is dark. And he just starts playing that part from 2112, and then it just fades out. So I just wanted to make sure I get this recorded in case I die, and nothing that I have exists after that, and I don't ever. God, if I could just get that solo from the beginning down, I could be famous if I knew what I was doing. But this is it. I don't think anyone is ever going to see this or care, but I'm putting it out there, and I hope, and it's weird because I always laughed about, these supposed highly intelligent alien life forms always coming to these, half-witted so-called, rednecks, and and I'm wondering if it's like, well, these intelligent beings are thinking, well, if we send a message through this, half-wit, then everyone will have to know that it came from an intelligent species, because this half-wit would never understand what we're doing. So maybe, I don't know, maybe Prince and Neil Peart and these guys have found a half-wit to present a message to you. I don't know. But this is all I got, man. Hopefully I can learn more and play more and maybe piece together this solo that is locked in my head, and maybe this whole rock opera, the last rock opera, can become a reality somehow. But there it is, man. I got nothing else after this. Thanks for listening, man. Have a good one. Bye.